Hello, and welcome to our next TMG Fireside Chat. I'm your host, John Mackey. In this episode, actually a series of 4 episodes, we are trying a new approach and mirroring or mimicking the CBS Sports and the PGA Tour with a series of walk and talk conversations. These episodes were recorded while we attended the Fire Suppression Systems Association annual forum in Phoenix at the end of February 2024. In these chats, we talk with Cliff Hartford, Business Development Manager at Victaulic, Luis Gonzalez, President of the Standard Fluids Corporation, Scott Sherman, Chief Operating Officer of TJ Noack Supply in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Todd Stevens, the Operations Manager at IFP, Industrial Fire Protection. We will be dropping 1 to 2 of these chats over the next few weeks while we work towards this year's Masters Tournament, which is scheduled for April 11th through April 14th in Augusta, Georgia. We hope you enjoy this format and the conversation worthwhile, as well as insightful. And as always, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to the TMG Fireside Chat on YouTube, as well as your favorite podcast platform. And now, let's start our walk and talk chat.
Here we are. We're holding on 6?
We're on hole 6, yeah.
6
so.
at the FSSA annual forum golf outing.
Yeah, it's
And
awesome. Beautiful day.
I found my really good friend Todd Stevens.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
How are you?
I appreciate it. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you find me in the sea of
We're
golfers?
at the event at the FSSA annual forum, and it's golf day, so I knew where to find you. Just had to find the right tee box.
Right.
Of course, it's a little confusing. But
Yeah, it is a little wigwam.
yeah, so we are doing a couple walk and talk type interviews today, much like CBS Sports.
I love it. That's
and,
awesome.
and Jim Nance, so hello, friends.
You're much better looking than Jim Nance.
I don't know about that.
Just so you know.
He's got the face for TV.
He does have a face for TV.
And the voice.
Yeah.
And the voice.
Yeah.
So, one, I got the video to prove, but great drive.
Thanks, man.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, little low. Wanted to get it a little higher, get a little bit more roll out of it, but I'll take it.
You're in the fairway.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Now I think someone may have outdrove you.
Yeah, well, you know,
Eric,
Berklin's on our team, and he's been clutch today with the drives.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a long driver.
Yes.
I've never claimed to be a long driver. I can hit it straight, but I'm not as long as he is. We had a drive a couple holes back, and he crushed it a little over 300 yards. It was awesome.
That's fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That
to
is
watch.
fun to watch.
Yeah,
That is fun to watch.
So kudos to him.
Yeah. So your score at this point, where you guys are almost 15, 16 holes in?
Yeah, we just we're on 6, so we got 3 more holes left, right?
Yeah.
And, we're -2 right now, so we're, it's not terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're at par.
Yeah. Very good. All right. So you and I have done this before.
A couple times, I think.
Last year we did it here.
Last year we did,
We were
yes.
poolside, remember? We were drinking beer.
Yeah, where's my beer?
It's in your golf cart. You walked away from it. Right?
Yeah.
So here we are a year later. First and foremost, let's talk about SIBO IFP and your company that you're a senior leader on, helping them, bring some great products to the market.
Yeah.
How are things? What's going on? What are you seeing with through CA?
We're focused on aviation. We're focused on ESS market,
Yeah.
data centers. But I'll tell you, man. I mean, we're 3 years in, and it's there's a lot of work out there.
Yeah.
So it's people that say, well, the special hazard market's starting to slow down or die. It's about opening your mind and looking at different applications and just trying some unique things. So we're it's been great. So
that's great. No, John Demeter and I just did a podcast, and we talked about there's a transformation going on in the industry.
Yeah.
Right. You've got so old traditional, protection schemes changing, some regulations coming in, and there's a need for new protection schemes. And and new solutions. And I think
Absolutely.
that knowing the story of SIVO IFP, I mean, that's what you guys are all about.
Yeah, trying different things, that, outside of the box thinking, and doing unique stuff that just trying to find our niche, a market, and not trying to just be a Me Too company, but do something different. That's the key. That's what's going to make us successful.
Well, I think you do that, right? And as you know, this is your theory or your philosophy too, is that through relationships, right? Getting close to the engineer and the end user,
absolutely,
and figuring out what they need, and then putting that forward.
Yeah, definitely.
So, well, we walked past your drive a little while ago, and we're coming up on Burkham's. All right, so I will let you go strategize your shot, and we're going to pick up the conversation.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I'm going to leave the editorial comments to you on that one.
Yeah, that was, you know what? I pulled out the 3-wood. We were about 300 yards out. I haven't hit that club all day today, so I figured, what the heck? Yeah. Give it a shot.
Well, 3 holes to go, right?
Terrible.
And you got 14 in the bag, so might as well figure out a way to use all of them, right?
Absolutely, right.
So, all right, so talk about SIVO IFP. Got some great stuff going on.
We do.
All right,
yeah,
so
it's awesome.
We're here at the FSSA, right? Annual forum. We've been doing this, I've been coming to this thing probably 12, 13, 14 years. I know you've been probably about the same.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's 12 or 13,
Yeah, so talk a little bit about the FSSA. Obviously, you're a former president of the association.
Yeah.
You're actively involved in a number of committees. You and I work together on a couple different projects.
Yep.
So what's your take? What do you see, the role of FSSA, the challenges the industry faces, and the role that FSSA plays in, trying to address those?
It's amazing. I mean, people still talk about the Halon days and the change that occurred when that happened. And we went quite a ways without anything earth-shattering. And obviously in the last few years, we're seeing a lot of changes.
Absolutely. HFCs under pressure, PFAS.
All that stuff. But I think the coolest thing is this association continues to grow and build. I mean, we're at a impasse in a way that we need more support and help to continue to build it. We're looking at new committees and just growing from that perspective. And we have so many more younger individuals that are part of the association and that are part of these committees. They're not just before we'd have to beg people to volunteer, right? Now it's like we're turning people away because we don't have we have too many people that want to get involved, which is an awesome problem to have. So definitely some growth, global outreach, program committee, marketing, technical committee. There's just so many different projects going on. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you with regard to the position that the industries and the associations are in. The youth, the next generation, if you will, coming into FSSA. You look at the board makeup, right? Brenton Harris transferring the baton this weekend to
he's gonna be
Brett Stratton, right? You had that role a number of years ago, challenging year during COVID, but you did a great job of leading the association and keeping everyone engaged, right?
Do what we could.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's reflective of the industry, right? You look at NAFED, young members, new members to the board, and there's turnover, if you will, fresh turnover. So, all right, let's let you catch up with your teammate and get ready for your shot, and we'll pick it up. All right, so 3 out of 4 on the green.
Yeah.
I see a yellow golf ball up there. That means you're one of those 3.
I'm the yellow golf ball guy.
Yeah. There you
I
go.
actually ran into a golf psychologist in Pinehurst one day, sitting in a bar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a golf psychologist? I'm like, just like Tin Cup. And the guy's like, yeah, exactly like Tin Cup.
Yeah.
So I started asking him all these questions. And he said, I want you to try different color golf balls. That was his one piece of advice for me. So I got the red, the blue, yellow, orange, white, dropped them all in there. And that's just something that caught my eye immediately. I played with them ever since. So
very good.
Sounds silly.
Well,
but
you and I've played before. sometimes I'll pull out a red one, the Volvic, super bright neon.
Yeah, those things are
the red are tough because you can't see them when they're in the air. So.
No,
but I like the green.
Yeah.
So talk about the role of SIVO, IFP. We talk about FSSA.
Growth.
So growth. So to that point, let's talk about the broader perspective of the industry. You made a reference to the growth of special hazards. We talk about the transformation going on with technology.
Yeah.
Take that to a broader stroke. I know you back around in sprinkler, you've worked with a number of manufacturers, and now you're on the contracting side. So what's your take on what's going on in the market today?
Gosh,
overall, across everything.
Well, I think it goes back to a little bit what I said earlier. It's not the norm. It's not the typical special hazards.
Yeah.
You really think outside of the box, try different things. I think detection and controls is just hitting with all new, thermal cameras and imaging and fire monitors and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And just, looking at typical applications that we've always had and trying something different.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like new approaches. That's what it's all about. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to let you putt,
this
and then we're going to finish the conversation to the tee box. So
sounds good.
Let's see if you
Okay.
join us. All right, so do we really need to debrief that putting display you guys just put on?
No, we don't
No?
need to.
Were you going to forget about that?
We missed it. We got a par.
I know, but
That should have been a birdie.
it should have been. Missed opportunity.
Birdie. Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah.
All right,
Missed
so
opportunity on the golf course, not in business. How's that?
there you go. There you go. So, talked about COIFP, we talked about FSSA, we talked about the current conditions of the market, we're at a transformational stage. We roll this video back 3 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to be the three things, or one or two things that we're going to be talking about to say, wow, never thought we'd be here?
Gosh, that's a great question. I think you got me on that one.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's going to be, and I'm going to say this only because we're in the aviation space, we're in the ESS space. I think it's just going to be newer technologies and new ways to look at those markets, because it's just, everybody is just constantly trying to figure out the next best mousetrap to make that work and to find the best for battery protection and aircraft hangars. I think in 2 years we're going to say, never thought that we could do X.
Do that.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, man, as always,
It's a pleasure.
thanks for the time.
This was a lot of
Always
fun.
love, one, talking to you. Secondly, hanging out with you, and wish I was golfing with you this year, but next
That's
year we'll
right.
do it.
We'll have a drink later
We still
on.
got to do Pinehurst, so.
Yes, anytime.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
Thanks,
man.
John. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's Fireside Chat. We really hope you enjoyed our walk and talk series. Each one of these interviews is pretty unique. And as you can tell, we're trying to have some fun on the golf course, talking about each of the participants, companies, the work they do, the relationship they have with the Fire Suppression Systems Association, their outlook on the industry, and everything going on across the fire protection space. And then, of course, a couple of jokes about each other's golf games. So with that, we'll wrap up this week. As we always do, please be sure to like, follow, share, subscribe to the TMG Fireside Chat on YouTube. I think you can find it under the Mackie Group channel, as well as the TMG Fireside Chat on your audio podcast platforms that you listen to. Thank you. We really appreciate you joining us. And until next time, be safe.